Welcome to Flow with the Grow. I'm your host, Sophia, a health and fitness professional, positivity distributor, and a real-life human being with real-life challenges. Every Tuesday, you will hear my honest conversations on the day-to-day highs and lows that life teaches us, as well as bring you actionable tips that you can implement to improve your health and wellness journey. This podcast will empower you to flow with the inevitable setbacks of life. You will learn what it means to flow with the grow, see through a lens of optimism, and navigate your way to living your best life. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Now let's jump into your daily dose of positivity and growth. Hey, hi, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Flow with the Grow. If you're new here, I want to say welcome, and I am the host, Sophia, or Sophie. I never know how to introduce myself these days. And either way, Sophia, Sophie, whatever you call me, I'm good with. Anyways, today's episode, I have kind of a big, special, exciting, maybe shocking, saddening, but again, exciting announcement. And I'm just going to get right to it so it's not suspenseful or so that I'm not just dragging this on. Maybe you have already seen my post about this on Facebook and on Instagram on our Anytime Fitness of Brookings Instagram page. But I've decided to take a pivot in my life and step away from what I do at Anytime Fitness and step away mostly, almost completely. I've been there almost 6 years as of December, I believe. December or January. I think January is when I officially started working there 6 years ago. But December was when I started to ask them and kind of started the process of me working there. But yes, I'm taking a pivot and I'm leaving Anytime Fitness. In today's episode, I'm going to get into the why and what I'll be doing next. But first, I just have some, I guess more so day-to-day life updates the past couple days. I might sound like a little sick. Like sometimes you can tell when someone's sick and through how they sound, and I am kind of feeling that way. Like I feel like when I listen to myself, I sound sick. So I don't know if you can hear that or not. But the past couple days, I noticed this probably like 3 days ago. I started just not feeling myself. Like I know when I'm about to get sick. The same thing happens. Like if it's more of like a head cold or just like generally, usually each year, I will get this head cold sickness going on either as winter comes or during the dead of winter. But I can tell in my body, I start to feel just fatigue. My nose starts to get stuffed up. I start to cough more. I can feel it in my throat, my chest. Like I can just tell my body. It's hard to explain. I can just know. I know when I'm getting sick. And the past couple of days, I've been sneezing so much, like sneezing constantly. This has never happened before. And I guess people tell me it's probably allergies. And I never had allergies before. Like it's never been a thing. And I went to the eye doctor for my yearly checkup for that. And she actually told me that I have allergies. And she told me she wrote a prescription to get these eye drops. And I took the recommendation and I never got the eye drops because I'm just like, I don't need it. I'm not going to get allergies. I've never had allergies before. I'll be fine. And apparently maybe I do have some allergies, but it's just been constant needing to sneeze. My nose is stuffed up in the morning and at nighttime and then during the day, like I just got to blow my nose constantly. I can tell when I try to work out, it's hard to breathe. I can feel it in my chest and in my throat, like I said, and I just kind of feel weak and I just feel run down. Well, 2 days ago was when it really started. And then yesterday, it was bad. I went to work, but I was miserable the entire day that I was there. And I actually ended up leaving a little bit early, but I was just miserable. And 2 days ago, I slept probably about 10 hours and I definitely could have kept sleeping. And that's not normal for me to sleep that long and then feel like I need to sleep more. And normally when I sleep that much, like even if it's past 8 hours, I feel more tired. This time I didn't feel more tired. I felt like I just my body needed the rest, the sleep. I needed to stay in bed. But anyway, so I went to work yesterday. I was miserable all day. And then I can also know when I'm sick because coffee cold brew does not sound good, which if you know me, that is never a thing. Like I drink cold brew every day and I love it. And also, the two things that sound good to me, nothing sounds good to me. Like food just does not sound appealing at all. But the two things that do sound good is chicken noodle soup and grapes. Not just any chicken noodle soup, but specifically Perkins chicken noodle soup. It's magic. Not only does it taste amazing, but I feel like it does help. And that's really all that I crave. So if you're sick and you're near Perkins, try their chicken noodle soup. So yesterday I got done with work and I tried calling Perkins and no one answered. I tried calling again, no one answered, just to see if they had chicken noodle soup. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to go drive there and see if they have any. And normally they do. So I was hopeful. And I walk in and I asked them for 3 bowls of chicken noodle soup to go. And she was like, okay. And she goes to get them. She comes back and they were all out completely. So I left. And as I started walking out to my car, I just start bawling. I don't think I was bawling because they were out of soup, but it was kind of a trigger. Like I just was that miserable. I hate feeling that way. I hate feeling sick. It is the worst. I can't breathe. I don't get good sleep. I wake up a lot. It's just not fun. So I leave Perkins bawling and I was like, okay, I'm going to go to Cottonwood Bistro, which is a local coffee shop here in Brookings. I know that they sometimes have soup and I know they have toast. So I realized that, well, toast and butter sounds really good. And so I go in there and I ask if they have any soup and they don't. They're out of whatever soup they had for the day. So their salad, it's a red and white salad. So it has different kinds of beans and then greens. And I like to add chicken. So I added chicken to that. So I told them, I was like, okay, I want a salad, the red and white salad with chicken. And they're like, oh, actually, our greens are not good right now. And so they had the stuff for it, but the greens mix that they used just was going bad. And you guys, I tried to hold it in. I really did. But I just start crying. Like tears are just coming to my eyes because just one thing after another, I'm miserable. They don't have this salad. And I kind of start crying. I started to try and hold it in. And I just say with trembling words that I'm just going to take a piece of toast with butter. And that's it. And there was 2 of them right there. So they're probably like, what is going on with this girl? What's wrong with her? But so I did that. I went and sat down. And then I remember that they have this PB&J. It's a grilled PB&J with banana, peanut butter, their homemade jam, and granola. So I go and I order that as well. And in this whole time when I'm sitting, I'm just crying. So my eyes are like swollen. They're red. You can tell that I've been crying. So that happened yesterday. And then I came home and I took a bath. I had some hot water and honey. And oh my gosh, I needed that. I actually fell asleep in the bath, I'm pretty sure. I was dreaming, but I knew I was in the bath, so I don't know if I actually fell asleep. I don't know, it was weird. I've had that happen multiple times, so I don't know if I'm the only one in that. But then after that, I got out. I felt the same. Like I still felt miserable, but the bath felt really good. And then I ate the toast. I had half of my PB&J. And then I FaceTimed my girlfriend, Kiana, for a little bit. This was probably like 5:15-ish, I think, maybe 5:30. And I was just in bed. And eventually I just was about to fall asleep. So we were done FaceTiming and I ended up falling asleep probably like 5:40 p.m. or 6 p.m. And I woke up a few times during the day and the night. And I slept till about 7 a.m. this morning. So that was like 13 hours of sleep. But I needed it. Oh my gosh. And I remember waking up at a couple times. Maybe one time was at around 8 p.m. I think another time was around midnight and then maybe at 4 a.m. And every time I woke up, I don't know if you've had to do this before, but I had to really think about, okay, is it a.m. or is it p.m.? Like what time of day is it really? Because I went to bed so early. It was wild. But then this morning I woke up and I felt not 100%, but 100 times better than I did yesterday. Totally needed it. I woke up, kind of had a headache. Oh, and that was the other thing. I had just a massive headache the entire day yesterday, just pounding. And I woke up today, just a little bit of a headache. My throat hurt a little bit. And I think my throat hurts because my nose is so stuffed up. So I have to breathe through my mouth all night. And woke up, head hurt a little, my throat hurt a little bit, but I was definitely feeling much, much better. So I started my day, and as the day went on, The headache went away. My throat kind of hurts still, but not too bad. And I'm coughing a little bit, but not too bad. But I'm just feeling a lot better. Thank goodness, because it was hell yesterday. Just miserable. I probably sound like a baby right now, but I don't even care. It's not fun being sick. And if you do have a head cold going on, go sleep it off for 13 hours and you'll probably feel better. Okay, so this pivot that I'm taking in my life at this time. Here's the deal. I have always known that I was not going to be at this Anytime Fitness for forever. In fact, I got a tattoo to represent this. And actually, this tattoo represents multiple things, but I have a tattoo of the Anytime Fitness logo, which is the running man, and then a semicolon after that. So I think I've talked about before a couple of the meanings, but the one specifically for my transition right now in my life is that Anytime Fitness is not my end point. Anytime Fitness is not my thing that I feel like I am supposed to be doing long term. It's not my end point. It is not what I'm going to be doing for forever. That being said, I have also always known that I'm not going to be in Brookings for forever or South Dakota. I don't think there's a right time for anything, or there's a perfect timing, or there's ever a point where you should wait until you're ready. But for me, I knew that I wasn't going to be here for forever, yet I wasn't, and this is where I hate saying the word ready, but I wasn't ready to leave yet, meaning I didn't want to leave yet. I was learning what I needed to learn. I was learning a lot. I was feeling passionate and driven and purpose-filled and not wanting to go, not wanting to leave, not wanting to move, not wanting to make a pivot at that time. But I did know that eventually I would be ready, meaning I would want to, and I could feel it. I saw this quote on Instagram. It was an Instagram story that someone shared, and it's something along the lines of, you will literally feel when it's the next chapter of your life, or when you're ready to move into a different stage in your life. Okay, something along those lines. And it's so true. I had complete faith and belief and conviction that when I knew it was time for me to move on, I would know it because I would feel it. So this is a decision that I've been thinking about for a while. It's a decision that I could feel so strongly, but also I knew that I wanted to think through it logically. I am not a logical thinker. I think as humans, we do things based off of emotion, but I really make decisions based off of emotion right in the moment. I will make a decision right then and there because I want to do it. It sounds fun. And it's like, I just make a decision and not think through it logically most of the time. This time, it's a big decision. It's a big move. It is a big pivot in my life. And I wanted to think about it logically. I don't remember what exactly month it was. It was a few months ago, maybe 3 to 4, 5 months ago. I'm not exactly sure. But I started feeling less passionate about what I do. I cared less about what I was doing, which was wild to me because I've never felt that way before. Health and fitness is still a passion of mine. Helping people is still a passion of mine. But doing what I was doing there, I just felt it less and less and less. And I would get kind of down on myself, like, why am I feeling this way? And I even went to a couple trainings and tried to do things that would not motivate, but re-inspire me and bring back that fire. And it did for a little bit, but it slowly faded. And again, that's something that's never happened before. If anything, that fire would increase. Ever since I was in college and I found out what entrepreneurship was, I had this entrepreneurial spirit within me that I could feel, and I knew that someday that's what I wanted for my life. That's what I wanted to do. I know it's not going to be easy. I'm going from one hard to another hard. Like, I'm not leaving because this is hard for me anymore. It can still be a challenge. I can still grow. I can still make it fun, but I just am ready for a change and I want to do something else. And that's something else I will mention here in a little bit, but I've always had this vision for myself. I've always in the back of my mind known that this is what not only that I want to do, but what I am meant to do and what I can see myself doing. I even put things like this on my vision board that I made. Now, soon after I started feeling this way, I met Kiana. So some could argue that I'm doing this in order to be with Kiana and it's because of her, but it's really not. Those are two separate things. I started feeling like this before her. And yes, she is maybe a reason why I am making this move, but ultimately it's not 100% because of her. So my next step, here's the goal. My plan is to monetize my podcast, this podcast, Flow with the Grow, and to build a wellness, a whole wellness and fitness coaching program, coaching business in the online space. I've always known that this was it. This was a vision. And you know what? Maybe it could change. Like right now, I feel like this is it, but this could change. But I've always known that I have wanted to have my own business, my own online health and fitness business. I just didn't know exactly what it looked like. I've never known exactly what it looked like, but I've had ideas. I have ideas. I have this vision of what it kind of looks like, but I don't have it all figured out. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like. And I don't even know how it's going to happen just yet. I'm taking this leap and I'm building my wings on the way down, or I'm getting in this airplane. I saw this quote too, something about getting in the airplane and building your plane, just building your plane. I've kind of always practiced, I want to practice what I preach, because what I have preached and taught in the past was to take the leap, take the jump, and build your wings on the way down, to not let things hold you back despite not knowing the how of how you're going to get there. I also saw a quote. It said, when your why has heart, the how grows legs. I've never really been worried about the how. I've always been convicted and had this belief that it'll work out for me, that what's meant to be will be. Even when I started working at Anytime Fitness, like before that, I graduated college. I knew that I did not want a sit-down job. I wasn't worried about finding a job right away, right out of college, like some people were. But I fully knew that something would come along. I knew I didn't want a sit-down job, so I didn't go looking for that. I just bartended and kind of did my own thing. Like in case you don't know, I've kind of dabbled in the entrepreneur space in the past. So I've done some network marketing companies, some online coaching. I started off doing it the wrong way, and I've learned a lot since then. So if you were following me on Facebook back in the 2006, 2007, I just want to apologize for what I posted on social media. Anyways, that is the wrong way to do it. So if you want to know the wrong way to I guess, sell things on social media, I'm your girl. I can definitely tell you what not to do. But so I did bartending and I did that. And then eventually I got certified to teach PIO and Insanity, which are two Beachbody programs. After I did that, I was one day walking into Hy-Vee, got groceries, walking out of Hy-Vee, and I see Anytime Fitness. And by the way, before that, I was calling around to different gyms to see if they were looking for different classes, different types of classes, new trainers. And I was walking out of Hy-Vee and I saw the gym, Anytime Fitness, because I knew that I should just go in there and ask instead of call. And I just felt this pull to go in there. Normally I would procrastinate this, but I was like, nope, I'm just going to do it. I just made the decision. I'm just going to go in there. So I put my groceries in the car and I went over there and I went inside, asked if they were looking for new trainers or to bring in any new classes. And they were. The universe had my back on this one. Timing, I guess, was everything, but they were looking for someone else. So I kind of just fell into this job at Anytime Fitness and I've been there ever since. And the same thing is true now with this business that I'm wanting to create, to build. I don't know how it's going to really work. I don't know a lot of things. And I'm sure there's a lot of things that I don't know that I should be aware of when I have this online business. But I don't want to have it, I don't need to have it all figured out in order to go for it. And I think that having this belief and this conviction that it is going to work out for me and that it is meant to be is a blessing. I feel like that's a blessing that I have had and have lived with and for the past however many years. It's just like this inner knowing, like an intuition, knowing that it's not going to be perfect, knowing that I'm going to have challenges. It's going to be hard. I'm going to have days where I feel like, what's the use? It's not working. I know I'm not going to be making bank right away. Like I know these things, but I'm ready for the challenge. I'm ready for the change. And I'm ready to just take it on and go for it. I know that there's probably people out there who doubt what I'm about to do, or it doesn't make sense to them because they haven't seen the possibility of what can happen. They haven't seen other people do it. It just is so foreign to them. We're brought up with all of these conditioning, this way of, we're conditioned to live a certain way. It's normal to grow up, go to high school, graduate high school, go to college, graduate college, go get a master's degree, go to grad school, like do all these things, then get a 9-to-5 job where maybe it's dealing with your degree, maybe not, but you got to get a 9-to-5 job. You got to have one that has benefits, retirement plan, like the so-called security job. And if you know me at all, I do not like to go by what's normal. I don't like to go by what everyone else is doing. And so because this isn't the norm, this is going to be seen as it's kind of messing up that status quo. It's going to ruffle some feathers. It's going to have some pushback with people, whether they say anything to me or not. But here's the thing is I don't give a shit about what other people say if they're going to doubt me. Like the difference between me and someone who doubts me or someone who maybe they want to do something like this, but they're not gonna, is I know myself. I know that I know what I bring to the table. And I can say this with conviction because hopefully not, it doesn't sound like from an ego standpoint, but I will go above and beyond. I will take action. I will do something. I will work hard. Like I know my work ethic when it comes to anything in life, but especially when it's something work related or for my career, like I just know myself. And also the difference is mindset. And I see what's possible. I have seen it work for other people. So like, why not me? Why can it not work for me? So back to the practicing what I preach, I'm going for it. I'm taking the leap. I'm taking that jump. Yes, there's what if it fails and doesn't work out, but what if it freaking does? Like, I won't know unless I try. And I believe and I see that money can be made at any time, anywhere, if you put the effort in and if you think about it. First off, we have so much shit that we don't use. We can sell things that we don't use. Like, yes, we can give stuff away. There's also this component where we can sell things and we can make money that way. I was thinking about this the other day, how we live in a country where we really can do so much. We can start a business. We have so many things that we can do, that we have the opportunity to do, where in other countries or other places of the world, they can't. And for me, I kind of took a moment and took a step back and reflected on that. Like, I have the opportunity to do this. I can't not try. Another thing that helped me to, I guess, make this decision final was I was talking about it with my therapist. And after I told her, well, here are my two options, she kind of just threw it back to me, just restated it. And it was a different perspective because it wasn't me just saying it, but she was really putting it into perspective, not really meaning to, just restating what I was saying. Option one, you stay with Anytime Fitness. You kind of know what it looks like. You're going to be doing what you're doing. And eventually, there was this, I don't know if I can or should say it on here, but financially, it would have been smart. It would have been logical to stay financially. And she projected out the timeline of what would happen if I stayed at Anytime Fitness here in Brookings. And as she was saying it, my body, my stomach, just everything within me constricted. It did not feel good. It was not exciting to me. It did not bring me energy. And the second route was there's this unknown of what's going to happen, right? I leave Anytime Fitness, leaving this income that I have that is pretty dang good for working in a gym. There's potential for growth income financially soon. So I'm stepping into this route of not having income right away anyway, not knowing if this is going to work out, but creating something, creating this business, monetizing my podcast, reaching people that normally I can't reach just in Brookings, South Dakota. Like I want to make an impact in the world. Like I want to create something where someone in South Carolina or Germany can access like a program or an ebook or something that's going to help them instead of just me being here in Brookings, South Dakota. So anyways, she projected out that's kind of a timeline, not really a timeline, but the options of me starting my own thing. And it energized me. It made me excited. I'm like, yes, that is what I want to do. My whole body expanded. And that's really, I think that is that at that point, that's really when I knew, okay, yeah, this is finalized in my mind. Like I kind of already had it finalized in my mind before, but that's the point where I was like, okay, yes, I know what I'm going to do. I know what I need to do. And here's the honest truth. I not only was feeling less and less passionate, but I was feeling more and more held back by what I really want to do. Like the things that I really want to do, I could implement in some way working at the gym, but not to the extent that I want. Like I just see my potential being so much more, not only potential of who I am, what I can create, but financially too. I see the opportunity. I believe in that opportunity and I'm going to take it. I'm going to go for it. Now this maybe wouldn't be happening. Maybe not. I don't know. Had it not have been, or would it be for my girlfriend, Kiana? Like she supports me. She's probably my biggest supporter. She believes in me more than I believe in myself, or she did believe in me more than I believed in myself, that I could do this, that I need to do this. And so without her, I just don't know if this would be happening right now. And yes, we are, so I don't think I even explained this yet, but she is currently in Minnesota and she's going to be moving to Sioux Falls, which is like an hour from Brookings. Her dad's company is an electrical company, and he's been wanting to expand and open a branch in Sioux Falls. And so he asked her if she would want to move to Sioux Falls because he knew that I was here and we'd be closer. So she's moving to Sioux Falls, and yes, I am also moving to Sioux Falls. I am moving in with her, and I'm going to be moving away from Brookings. My last day is going to be October 29th at the gym, and I'll be around, probably working out still. I'll be around here in Brookings, also Sioux Falls, there and back throughout November because my lease is done the end of November. So I'm just going to kind of take time in November and slowly start to move stuff there. It'll be weird. It'll be sad. I actually created other videos that I'll probably put together and put on YouTube, but I started crying in some of them because I was very emotional about it. It's weird. It's crazy to think about, but I'm also very excited. I just kind of reflect on the past 5 to 6 years on the growth that I've had. And I know some people would say that I've had a lot of growth. I feel like I have from personally, like personal growth, but then also in business and leadership and just my entire being. Like I feel like I've grown so much and I have learned a lot. And I've always known that whatever I'm learning, I'm going to take with me into the next step in my life, I am so grateful to have bosses who, it's hard to even call them boss because they're like friends too, like kind of like family. I don't know, it's weird. But they have invested in my growth in the business so that I can learn different things and in different trainings. And I'm so thankful for that. The people that I've met, from clients to members, I am so grateful for, and I'm so grateful that they allowed me and us at the gym to help them in their journeys. And it's been so rewarding to see them from day one to whatever day they're on now, the growth that they've had physically, mentally, emotionally. I would not take one day away. It's been amazing to see their progress and a lot of ups and downs, but that's the journey. That's the way it goes. In my last episode, I talked about something called the high five habit and Mel Robbins. And one thing that stuck with me from the conversation that she had on the Almost 30 podcast, was that we are meant to do what expands us. We are meant to do things that bring us energy, that make us happy. Like, we are not meant to just live day by day doing what we hate and doing things that just constrict us. I thought that was so profound because I am in a position where I'm not fully expansive in what I am doing. It used to bring me more and more energy. I used to feel expansive, but it's just not there for me anymore, or as much. And I know that what I'm going to be doing next is going to be expansive. And whatever we do, it should make us expansive. It should bring us energy and make us happy. And we should get paid for it. We can get paid for it. We can do things that make us happy, and we can make a living off of that. If you're willing to work at it, if you're willing to see the opportunity and try, and not just live the norm, the way that we're conditioned to think that we're supposed to live. And I'm so grateful that I am in this mindset and that I do see this opportunity, because I know many people do not, or they're kind of stuck in their ways, or they're stuck in the fact that they need to be making X amount of money, or if they leave, they're not going to get benefits, they're not going to be making as much, whatever it may be. So a big piece of this is mindset. And like I said, I'm very grateful for the mindset that I have in this. Even though I don't really know the how of how I'm going to all bring this business together or whatever it is that I do, I just know. All I do know is that I would regret not doing it. And yes, you could argue, well, why not, save up more money or do it at a different time or whatever it may be. Like, yeah, I could wait and do it next year, the year after that, but that day will never come. Like, I'm just going to do it. And I know that I will regret not trying. And I believe in myself. I totally believe that I am meant for this and I can do this. And I'm so excited. And whatever it is for you, like if you have that thing that you're wanting to start, maybe it's a business, maybe it's a side hustle, maybe you're wanting to do something, ask yourself that question. Would you regret not doing it? And feel it out. We've lost this part of life of feeling it out or intuitively listening to ourselves. Project out the route of if you stay in doing what you're doing, or if you're not doing that thing that you're wanting to do, project out that route for if you do it. How do you feel? Do you feel expansive? Do you feel like it constricts you? Do you get excited? Does it bring you energy? So even though thinking things through logically can be smart, I want to also encourage you to not think things through logically sometimes, because maybe those are the things, those are the decisions that's going to turn your life around. It's going to bring you more excitement. That's going to change your entire life for the better. Maybe you won't even expect it. Yes, it's probably going to be scary, uncomfortable, but you'll never know if you don't just take that jump. Also, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been so supportive in my decision to do this, and the amazing positive feedback and belief in me that I am going to do great things. It's meant the world to me, and I really appreciate that. I'm excited to take you on this journey, on this next chapter of my life, and we'll see what happens. I don't know, but I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm ready to make this happen. I'm ready for this change. I'm ready for this new challenge, and I'm ready to share it with the world. And that's all I'll say about that. So be on the lookout for some new exciting things eventually in the near future. I appreciate you. I love you. I mean it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, night to week, weekend. Bye for now. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Flow with the Grow. I'll see you next week for your daily dose of positivity and growth.